Namaste, a hearty welcome to another episode in mathematics. But the concept for this session is the slope of a straight line. We all know that the slope of a straight line is a ratio between the rise divided by run. So rise by run is called the slope. So this is the rise and this is the run. The ratio between these two is called the slope of this edge. We are totally convinced about the slope of the straight line as the ratio between rise and run. But how to introduce this to an young mind in a 10th grade for the first time? How to convince him, or how to elicit? Is it possible to elicit from a student that the slope is the ratio between the rise and the run? Here is a model to explain this. So there are three cases are there. Let the height of this wall is 10 feet. It is not to any scale. And the distance on the floor is 5 feet. In the second case, let us keep the distance constant as 10 feet, but the distance on the floor is 10 feet now. In the third case, the height is same 10 feet, but this time let us make the horizontal distance, the distance on the floor as 20 feet. So with the help of these three cases, I think we can satisfactorily explain the concept of the slope of the straight line. Okay, what to do now? How to proceed further? Now, for this, join this edge with this edge. For this, I have got a mold of stairs already prepared. Okay, this is a mold of stairs. 10 steps are there, and let us try to keep it like this. Beautiful. Very nice. Excellent. Okay, these are the stairs. Now let us take the second one. In the second, see, this is the stairs, and let us try to keep it like this. Okay, so look at this second case. So these are the stairs. Got it? Now let us do the same thing for the third one. So this is the third one, and carefully let us keep it like this. See now, these are the three cases. Are you able to observe this? So let us now ask a question for ourselves. In which of these three cases it would be rather quite easy to climb the height of 10 feet with the spending least energy among these three? Definitely it is this case. We spending the least energy, the less energy, we can definitely climb reach the height of 10 feet. But here we have to spend more. Here definitely lot of energy we have to spend in order to reach the height of 10 feet. Now, how to express this mathematically, all the three cases? I think for this, we need to compare this vertical distance to this horizontal distance. Okay, if you take the ratio between these two, the vertical versus the horizontal, then I think we should be able to define this properly. Okay, so in the very first case, if you take the ratio between the rise to the run, it is 10 by 20. It is definitely 1 by 2. and in the second case it is 10 by 10, 10 feet by 10 feet, it is equal to 1, and in the third case it is 10 by 5, which is equal to 2. So here we are getting greater than 1. This rise divided by run is greater than 1. It is exactly 1 here, and here it is lesser than 1. So if the ratio between rise to the run is less than 1, then we can spend least energy, less energy in order to reach the height, this particular height. So we can say that the slope here is the less among these three cases. Here the slope is more. Here the slope is the largest. In other words, slope is given by rise divided by run. In other words, we can also say that we can put it this way using trigonometry. If you call this as angle theta, so if you take tan theta, you will get this opposite side by this adjacent side. So slope of this is given by opposite side by adjacent side. In other words, slope is given by rise divided by run. Please comment on this to take it further. Thanks for listening and hearing also. Thank you very much. Namaste.